My dear friends, welcome back to BSpice. In this session, we'll continue with OT cybersecurity, wherein we'll focus a very interesting topic: IT versus OT, information technology versus operational technology. So we are going to, see very, like crispy notes with a good comparison between IT and OT. Let's get started. First is performance requirements. Friends, if you see the information technology, it is non-real time, isn't it? Whereas operational technology is a real time. And information technology response must be consistent, the response. But in OT, actually, response is time critical. That is important. And high throughput is demanded in information technology. But in our case, OT, modest throughput is acceptable actually. So it's not a big deal actually, right? High delay and jitter may be acceptable where in information technology, but in OT, high delay and jitter is unacceptable, totally unacceptable, right? And in IT, emergency interaction is less critical, right? Whereas response to human and other emergency interaction is critical in OT technology, right? So IT is tightly restricted access control can be implemented to a degree necessary for security. But here, access to OT should be strictly controlled, but should not hamper or interfere with the human machine interaction. So, this is about the performance requirements. And let's see on the availability, meaning the reliability requirements. IT, if you talk about IT, response such as rebooting are acceptable, right? So we can reboot, but whereas the response such as rebooting may not be acceptable because of process availability. We need to have 100% availability, right? Yes. So availability deficiency can be often be tolerated depending on system operational requirement in IT. Whereas in OT, availability requirements may necessitate redundant system, isn't it? So we need to consider that in the design stage itself, redundancy. And the outages must be planned and scheduled days or week in advance and ensure that higher availability is there. And it requires exhaustive pre-deployment testing. So that is the point. So to sum up, availability is utmost important, friends, for OT. Then, when we talk about the risk management requirement, yes, it manages the data, but here we control the physical world. Here we are only talking about managing data, but here we control the physical world in OT. So, data confidentiality and integrity is paramount. The point is data confidentiality. Here, human safety is paramount, followed by the protection of the process, right? So fault tolerance is less important on IT, but fault tolerance is very essential. Even momentary downtime may be unacceptable, isn't it? I hope you agree. So yeah, momentary downtime is not a major risk in IT. So the major risk impact is a delay of business operation here in IT. But the major risk impacts are regulatory non-compliance. It's all compliance related, and also environmental impact also happen, and of course loss of life, equipment, production. All these will happen actually. A major risk impacts. Okay. So that is on risk management point of view. Then system operation. See, IT system are designed for use with typical OS operating system. Here, OT system often use different and possibly proprietary operating system, right? And sometimes without security capabilities built in. And here in IT, upgrades are straightforward with the availability of automated deployment tools. But here in IoT, it's a bit challenging. Software changes must be carefully made, usually by the software vendors, because of the specialized control algorithm and potentially modified hardware and software involvement. Okay, so that is about the system operation. Few more to add on. Resource constraints. Friends, systems are specifically systems are specified with enough resources to support the addition of third-party applications such as security solutions for information technology. Whereas in operational technology, systems are designed to support the intended industrial process and may not have enough memory and computing resources to support the addition of security capabilities. So that is the point. From resource constraint point of view, here in IT, systems are specified with enough resources. But whereas here, systems are designed to support the intended industrial process. We don't have that enough memory and computing resources to support the addition of security capabilities. That is the point. Then communication. Standard IT communication protocols are used, right? Here in OT, we have many proprietary and standard communication protocols are used. And here in IT, it's primarily wired network with some localized wireless capability, whereas in OT, several types of communication media are used, including, dedicated wire and wireless, radio, satellite, all these. IT networking typical IT networking practices are followed globally. But here we have a complex network exist that sometimes require the expertise of control engineers in OT, right? That's about the communication. Then when we talk about the change management, yes, software changes are applied in a timely fashion in the presence of good security policies and procedures, and the procedures are often automated. Here in OT, software changes must be thoroughly tested, deployed incrementally throughout a system to ensure that integrity of the OT system is maintained. Very much important, right? So OT outages must be planned, and scheduled in weeks in advance. So OT may use operating system that are no longer supported. So OT system often have custom applications. That is on the change management. And when we talk about the managed support, ITA allow for diversified support styles. But here in OT, service support is usually provided through a single vendor. So see, for example, Yokogawa, right? So that means we need to depend on them only. And component lifetime. Lifetime of the order of 3 to 5 years, friends, maximum, the switches, all these, 5 years. Whereas, in operational technology, we can go up to 15 years. Even some vendors, they are giving up to 20, 25 years also, the systems, a DCS system. And component location are usually local, all these IT components, and we can get it easily. But here in operational technology, components can be isolated and remote, and it requires extensive physical effort to gain access to them. That is the, challenge, friends. So these are the, some of the points I want to put forth, friends, for a better understanding. Again, thanks a lot for your support. Keep supporting. And next, I'm going to talk about the risk management for OT system. What are all the risk management, risk aspects involved in the OT system? Thanks. Let's see. We'll continue in the next session. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.